What up, folks? I am Ultrazilla, and today I have a review of the Hiya Toys Exquisite Basic Godzilla vs. Kong Godzilla. That's right, my zillions. It's Hiya Toys' first MonsterVerse articulated figure. Not their first figure, because the first ones were the Stylus series, which we will look at as well. But I wanted to start out with the Exquisite Basic line, their articulated line of Godzilla figures, MonsterVerse figures. Because, you know what? We love us some articulated Godzilla here on this channel, and you know what, we love us some Hiya Toys here on this channel. I've been doing a lot of reviews for Hiya over the last few years. Man, over 80 something videos on them, and it's all been leading to this, the release of Godzilla in their line. How does this stack up to their other lines? How does this Godzilla stack up to other Godzilla lines? We're going to be checking all of that out in this review. This is a very interesting box, by the way. Very tall. It's got the, you know, very blue and orange style guide we've seen from a lot of the Godzilla vs. Kong stuff. But this is cool. It's different. It's a different style of box, and I do appreciate that. But we're not here for the box. We're here for the figure inside, so without any further ado, let's get to the review. And here's Godzilla all out of the package. And boy, this thing, guys, this thing right here is absolutely phenomenal. I will just spoil it right now. I absolutely love this figure. This is going to rank very, very high on my best of the year. I mean, I could tell you that right now. You can shut off the video if you want, because that's really the gist of this review, is how amazing this Godzilla figure is. But since no one's gonna shut this review off, because this is one we all really want to see, let's look at this guy in full. It is so good. Look at all these details. I'm going to give you a once over first before we zoom in even further for the finer details. But yeah, this is amazing. This is absolutely incredible looking from top to bottom. I mean, are you convinced yet? Because it is. But let's zoom in further, because this is awesome. Look at the inside of the mouth. Tongue looks great. The interior of the mouth looks very, very nice. Teeth are done well. I liked how they're picked out. They're not... It's a subtle paint on the teeth, but it's enough. You know what I'm saying? It's enough to just, you know, make sure you see it, and you see it well. The eyes. The eyes are perfect. He looks good from the front. He looks good from the sides. Profile, head on. It's awesome. The front of his mouth here. I love the paint here. Look at that. Look at all of that. That is so good. Now, I know some folks are like, oh, look at that they put there, the little joint pin. And I get it. You don't get it on this side, though. You know, this is how they chose to do this joint. They sculpted over it, though. So, I don't really have a complaint much to make there at all, because at least they sculpted in it. You know, they sculpted that little circle. So, you gotta hold the jaw in place somehow. And this is gonna hold the jaw a lot tighter than, you know, some other figures that you might have. So, yeah, I don't mind that at all. You know, I think it's fine. Look at all the scaling here. That looks great. Then you got these floating pieces here, which, you know, your mileage is going to vary on this one too. I would say it gives it a very, like, gill-like look. But the way it's done, and depending on how you configure this figure, you know, this might bother you a little bit. They're very, very loose, at least on mine. But they're floating pieces, you know? They're just covering the neck joint. But, I mean, look. Unless you're really playing around with it like that, you're not seeing anything bad in there. So, I think that looks really good overall. I do like it. And again, you see the gills on there and stuff. And paintwork and sculpt are just beautiful. You got the little bit of dorsal fins on those as well. All of that looks great. I just like how it's like, you know, that nice dark charcoal gray. It's a very, very deep sculpt. And then you got like a brown wash over everything, which looks phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. It is just like the perfect amount of paint to bring out the details without being overly saturated at all. This arm is great. Love all the details here. All of it looks fantastic. Every last little, like, bump there, however you want to call it, if you want to get into some, you know, dinosaur terms, like osteoderms and stuff, but it's mostly like scaling, I would say. Looks pretty good. Look at his hand. Look at how much detail and paint there is just on the palm of his hand. That looks so good. And then you got a little bit of webbing in between the hands, which looks great. You know, I love it. The claws look really good. The nails. Really, really nicely done arm. Very, very good on both sides. Those look so cool. Taking a look at the chest now. Love how it's all like cut like that. I love this work here, how the crevices are filled in with that brown. That looks really good. And there's a lot, you know, there's a little dark wash in there too, obviously. Like a darker gray all over the place. And that, it just looks so good, guys. It looks so good. The belly looks great. This all looks phenomenal, man. That chest is awesome. You know, I really, really like. I like that he's got this, like, a scar there. That's pretty awesome. Belly here looks really good down to the Krajiji. You know, you got some, like, more paint down here, shading. It looks phenomenal. The sides here looks really great. These are, like, more like osteoderms here, which look really, really good. And then it goes, interestingly, into... I like how his skin changes here. That is a nice touch. And how it goes into these absolutely incredible looking dorsal fins. Look at the work in these. Are you kidding? That is phenomenal. Every groove looks great. There's paint in just about every one of them too. Holy cow. Come on, guys. That's amazing. Going down into here, that all looks good. Again, I just like how this is done over here in this section. Really great. Going down to legs. Boom, nice, chunky, thick legs with a ton of detail as well. Look at all that. I like this over here. And the back of his legs is kind of like some white. Look at that. That's cool. That's different. Knees look great. The legs look phenomenal, man. Front of the legs here. All the way down to the toes, which look really good. Like stone. The toes look like they're made of stone. It's amazing. Beautiful work. Beautiful, beautiful work. Again, that white behind the legs. I don't know, something about it. That's cool. A lot of awesome folds and wrinkles on both of the legs there. All the way down to the feet. The bottom of the feet, they're just kind of flat, you know. Has some legal stuff on there. but, you know, do you need anything there? The tail looks incredible. Beautiful detail. Again, you're getting some of this kind of like whitish looking paint involved here. Kind of like a beige maybe. Looks really good. Look at the amount of wrinkles there is in his tail. Is that not incredible? Because that is unreal. Continuation of the dorsal fins on the tail look beautiful. Really, really liking it. All the way down to the edge. Looks amazing. Superb. Really, really well done. And from the bottom on up, here's an overview of the tail into the dorsal fins. Just so you can see how all the crevices look. That's awesome. That's really, really awesome. And the proportions on this guy are just awesome. This is a jacked Godzilla, man. Hiya got this lizard jacked. There's no doubt about it, and it looks phenomenal. And it's not like a weird proportion X plus like jack, because I don't know what they were looking at with that. This just looks spot on. Really, really awesome. Heroic looking or mean looking, you know, somewhere in between. He just poses out like really great. Proportions, again, look awesome. His arms are a nice sufficient size in comparison to his legs. The tail is a nice length. I just really, really dig it. And so, yeah. This thing looks incredible. But we're not done yet, because we got to look at all the articulation. And, you know, we'll start out with that jaw, which we saw here. The head moves around like so. You know, again, these floating pieces are covering the big joint that's in between those. Really great range of motion for the head. You can, like, pretty much go all the way up with it, which is great, you know, to do, like, the shooting pose and stuff. Or swimming. You could do a lot with this guy. Then the arms, I really like how far in they are cut. You know, it's not quite a butterfly joint, but it's almost mimicking it, because look how, like, his arms are, like, his shoulders are kind of like balls. So the way they're done is really great, and you can turn him and move him in and out very, very awesomely. And, you know, you can make him pose Hulk Hogan style, you know what I'm saying? So, very, very good. And, you know, it's sculpted within, too, which is great. So, I really like the arm articulation there. The elbows have a nice joint there, which you can move up and down, and you can swivel as well. The arm, the wrists, you can swivel like this. You can move them back and forth. These are just done on like these kind of pegs, but there is a ball joint, or it might be another peg like that on that side. So, you know, you can move it pretty well. Pops in nice and easy. It doesn't fall out or anything, so that's very, very good. Then you got the upper body joint here. Well, actually, it's a waist joint, so, you know, you're not getting a ton of range of motion there, but, you know, I mean, you can turn him. You can turn him, so that's good. And make him go back and forth a little bit. The hip joints move pretty well. You know, you can get them about that wide of a stance, or that inwards of a stance. And of course, you can rotate it all the way around, which is cool. You got a double jointed knee, which is nice. So, very, very well done here. And I like this, and I like this, and the way this is done, because it's very much like there is a practical, like, articulation here. It's not, like, crazy, but it just absolutely works for Godzilla. I really like that. The feet move nicely. Can rock and stuff, so you get a lot of range of motion there. And then the tail has multiple joints, you know, which is great, as you can see. Lots of wiggling all the way to the end. Beautiful. Feels really, really good, guys. And then at the very end of the tail, there's a little bit of a bendy wire from what I can feel. So that kind of is cool. Like from here to here. That's very nice. If there's not, then it surely moves like one. So that's pretty cool. I do like that. Nice little touch there at the end. But yeah, I think the articulation is quite nice on this guy. And, you know, they did it in a way where, you know, they made, like I said, really practical, like, action figure cuts, like the way they did the double jointed knees and stuff, without sacrificing much of the sculpt at all, you know? Nothing is exposed, and that is really, really good. You guys know, for, like, SH Monsters, I always talk about that, how they're really, really good at that. And I feel like, you know, other companies kind of struggle with that a bit, and I think Hiya Toys did really, really well on that as well, but, you know, handling the articulation in a way where, hey, guess what? Nothing pops out. It's just very, very solid in those regards, and that is worth its weight in gold. So before we get to some kaiju comparisons, I first wanted to bring out some of Hiya's other products. Both because there's a lot of Hiya collectors that follow me here that were definitely curious. I know there's a lot of people on the fence about this Godzilla because it's not in the 1/18 scale, which is what Hiya is known for. To those collectors, I want to let you know that, man, this is a level up in all ways for Hiya. This is absolutely the best product I've covered for them. And I'm not just saying that because, you know, I love Godzilla. It is awesome. It is fantastic. Again, I've done over 80 Hiya reviews, and it's a fantastic, fantastic company. Obviously, they know what they're doing here with action figures. This Godzilla is worthy of checking out. You really should support it and really check it out. Vice versa, to the kaiju collectors that are watching this section, you should check out Hiya's other products, because I know there's a ton of movie fans here. You love RoboCop, you love Aliens, you love Predator. They're doing a fantastic job across all lines. So I highly recommend you guys check out some more Hiya products if you haven't before. And sticking with Hiya Toys for a moment, here are their Stylus series Godzilla and Kong. Yes, they're bigger figures. They're amazing looking. We're going to be checking them out in 2 separate reviews coming up. But I know you guys would want to see these guys all together here as well. And moving on to some comparisons you really want to see. Here's a Hiya Toys Godzilla with the Special Edition Movie Monster Series, the NECA King of the Monsters, the SH Monsters GVK, the Playmate Special Set 1, the Playset 1, and the D4 Real X Plus. As you can see, this guy's a big boy, much bigger than all of these. So if you're looking to get this guy to go along with any of these lines, no, it's not really for that. But man, this thing is the best of these guys right here. So yeah, do keep that in mind, because I could say that right now without doing a comparison video or anything like that. This is an amazing, amazing piece that's better than the rest. But you know what? I gotta say, I don't mind how this Godzilla looks with the SH Monsters Kong and Mecha Godzilla. That is actually not so terrible. Do you guys feel that? Like, Kong is supposed to be a lot smaller than Godzilla, but maybe this is too small. But I don't know with that Mecha Godzilla, because, you know, a lot of folks thought this Mecha Godzilla was too big. That's actually, I don't think that's that bad. I really don't. I think that's actually pretty good. And one last comparison that I actually absolutely love, and that is with the Bandai Premium Kaiju Bengachi Muto set. That looks absolutely spot on to me. What do you guys think? I think that is incredible. If you have these guys and you have this, that is absolutely awesome. Let's check this guy out on here. Yeah, guys, this is super, super, super cool together. Holy cow. Love, love, love this. These are some of the best toys of the year right here. And my final thoughts, Guys, this is, I said it a couple of times here already. This is one of the best figures of the year. I love it. I love the articulation. I really, really love the style here. It is a spot-on Monsterverse GVK Godzilla. Probably the best that I've reviewed here. And you guys know, I've reviewed a lot. This is amazing. As far as Hiya Toys go, this is the best Hiya Toys figure I've reviewed, hands down. And again, I've said it a million times here, I've reviewed a lot of those too. I can be one of the authorities on both of those things, Monsterverse and Hiya Toys, and I'm telling you, this is one of the best figures I've reviewed in either category. I absolutely love this figure. It's actually one of my favorite Godzilla figures of all time. I'm gonna just say it. It is everything I've wanted in a Godzilla figure. It's chunky, it's nicely articulated, it's got a beautiful style, I love the details, and it's just got presence, guys. It's got a lot of presence, and that accounts for a ton. So I love this figure. I do. It's awesome. I highly recommend it because the price point is phenomenal for what you're getting. It's a solid piece, but it moves really well. Like I said in the articulation section, it just does things well. It just like takes practical like articulation engineering and adds it to Godzilla in a way that I feel like you haven't seen before on a Godzilla figure. It doesn't fall apart, and that is such a boon. I don't know, guys. This is an amazing figure. I'm gonna like, it's gonna take something amazing to beat it for the top spot of the year. That's how high I am on this figure right now. Hiya, you did an amazing job. Absolutely, you should be proud of this thing. This thing is incredible. As a collector of your products, as a huge Godzilla reviewer and collector, this thing checks all of the boxes. So thank you very much for sending it over for a review. Hope you dug this review. Let me know your thoughts down below. And if you could please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. Stay safe. Till next time. Peace out, peeps.